We are going live.
Hello, everybody. This is Football Psych, and I'm Coach Mad Mike.
And it's Ron Sarge.
And it's me, good old Shaq.
Shaq Attack, you gotta go extra deep this time because you missed the show last week.
I know.
So I'm throwing an extra 10 yards. Here we go. Run. There we go. Touchdown, baby.
Man, that looked like another Hail Mary right there.
Raise hell, baby.
That's what you get when you skip a week.
Yeah, I got a chance. I got a chance to let my legs recover.
Yeah. Well, all of you guys, welcome to the show. It's so great to have you guys. We are ready to get going here. And I'm telling you, we've got a show in store for you tonight. I'm telling you, like, it's been like a month since all three of us have been together. It's crazy it's been that long, but it's time to get back to football because we got the draft coming up. We are at the tail end of the first wave of free agency, where now it's like, hey, people are just filling rosters at this point. All the big names, for the most part, are off the board. And we are going to get into it here because, man, we got so much. But, Shaq, you look like you're dying and itching to say something. So what do you got, man?
Listen, I got a lot to talk about. You see what my name is this week? Adam the Bargain Shopper. Adam the Bargain Shopper. I don't know who half the hell these guys are that he's bringing in. So Adam the Bargain Shopper, evidently he has insight that we just don't know about. I'm like, he brought Herbie again. He's bringing like all these defensive linemen in there. I'm like, you brought Michael Gallup in when you still got Amari Cooper out here. Stephon Diggs. I see the video.
Wait. I love the Gallup pickup. I
No,
love it.
no.
I know you don't. I know you hate it, but watch.
No.
Watch Daniels and Gallup hook up. Watch this.
I gotta work on this vein popping out of my forehead.
I like
I
that.
rub it out.
But I agree with you, Shaq. I agree with you. It's like he's trying to one up Brad Holmes with the Lions.
Yeah. Listen, this Michael Gallup, when you got a healthy Amari Cooper still out there, there's a way better receiver. Stephon Diggs he tore his ACL, but I seen videos of him today squatting 300, 400 pounds in like back in full recovery mode. So you know what I'm saying? He's still out there.
Yeah. Were there potentially better choices? Yes. Do I mind that we picked up Gallup? No.
Why? He wasn't that great of a guy in Dallas.
Yeah, Daniels is a different animal, man. You got Deebo Samuel, Scary Terry, and Gallup. That's a receiving core. I'm sorry, it's a receiving core.
It's still the third best in the league, in the conference. I mean, it's in the conference. It may be the worst actually.
Hey, Jack goes, I've been listening to you guys, and I've been waiting at Tire Kingdom since 12:45 p.m. The man's been online for 5 hours waiting for the show. Go, Jack!
That's dedication. Our number one fan is Jack by far, man.
Jack!
Love you, man.
What's up, Jack?
You, man. I know you've been itching like all of us for us, the whole band, to get back together and get going here. And we're back. All right, let's get this part up here because we got so much we got to talk about with the Washington Commanders tonight. Let's go over some key dates here. Starting next week, we got the annual league meeting, which is a snoozer. Who really gives a flip about it? An annual meeting. I don't know if any major comments.
I have a point.
Go ahead.
No. After you're done, go through it.
All right. Then the off-season programs began around the 21st of April, followed by the NFL draft in Wisconsin. Good old Green Bay. So we are not going to be there this year. We decided to boycott Green Bay for some reason. I don't know why. They didn't do nothing to us, but we're just not going this year for some reason.
Well, we're going to go during the football season.
We're going for during the football season. Yeah, we're going to do that.
I might find a way to sneak myself up there by myself if he ain't going there, Coach. I'm serious. I'm not.
You're still going to the draft?
I am very seriously considering all that, taking some of that money I'm making, all those hours I'm picking up the liquor store to buy the ticket.
The liquor store.
Man. If you can make it, then go for it.
I'm thinking about it
because we need you to be able to broadcast live in Green Bay. All right, May 1st is the deadline for clubs to exercise a fifth-year option on players. It'll be interesting to see what goes around there. That's always an interesting one because 5th-year option money is a lot of money. And then starting in May, that the 2nd or the 9th, teams can elect to hold their rookie mini camps. And that's about where we are. That's as far as out as I'm going right now because, well, that's kind of a ways out.
Well, the 5th-year option part is not going to hurt us that much this year. I'm going to tell you, we're going to start seeing it next year because I believe B-Rob is going to be one of the guys next year. Hence why Mad Mike made it to my madness. Hence why you said you got us looking at running backs. That's why. Do we want to pay B-Rob to stay? So we're gonna dig into that part. That's why I have running backs with the picks.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. I just say if we're going to go after a running back, why not trade him to pick up picks? Why not trade B-Rob? Like if you don't see him as your number one guy, and I think that's a legitimate argument because he hasn't rushed over 1,000 yards since he's been here.
Yep.
Then if you go like, hey, listen, why mess with it? Why not just say, hey, he's in the final year of his contract. Why not? Let's just go ahead and trade him and pick up draft picks because we're short.
Yep.
And then go ahead and just, if you're going to draft a guy, just draft him one then.
Well, yeah, because he's gonna be one of those 5th-year option guys next year. And then if you think about it, like you said, he haven't had 1,000-yard rushing season yet, stuff like that. He's starting to get a little banged up or whatever the case may be. And then this is me. Now that we bring in all these no-name linemen in and stuff like that, this is going to be B-Rob's chance to prove himself, or he's going to walk. I'm telling you, he's going to walk. The Commanders are not going to pay B-Rob next year.
They're going to let him go. Yeah.
They're going to let him go.
Yeah, if he doesn't have a 1,000-yard season. All right, listen, I need to rewind a second. We got the annual league meeting coming up, and do you guys know what the news is and who's driving the news on the league meeting? And it's big news. Do you know?
No, man, I've been on a cruise, man.
Shaq, do you know?
I know. It's us.
There's a lot. No, it's the Lions. And you know what the Lions are talking about? Screwing up the annual meeting by saying, we are tired of playoff seeding going the way it's going with regard to division. And they are actually going to be coming to the table to change the paradigm on how division seeding in the playoffs goes.
Well, so let me tell you why I agree with that, Lars Sarge. Because I don't think 8-win team should be in the playoffs, and it's a 13-win team that didn't make it because that 8-1 team won their conference. That has to change.
That's right.
That has to change.
That's right.
It does.
Agree.
So
Jack also brought up the tush push.
Yes, that can go too.
Whether or not that needs to be outlawed or not.
It can't be. Every team needs to learn how to fight against it or do it themselves. That's what I say.
Well,
there won't be a thing no more.
Well, no, this is the thing right here, though. When the Eagles have done a tush push, there have been teams that stopped it. Green Bay stopped it. The Rams stopped it. There have been teams that have stopped the tush push. Like, Tampa Bay stopped it. There have been teams that did. I looked into that when I saw that they were Green Bay was like, no, we need to get rid of this. I'm like, no, it has a high percentage rate, yes, but there have been a lot of teams that have stopped it. It's all on your defensive front.
That's right. That's right. And here's the funnier one. So the funnier one is the Terry on honor, Pinky. Pinky is behind a rule change after his first year. Can you believe that, Coach and Shaq? And you know what that call is? It is the Lions are supposedly going to be proposing defensive holding and illegal contact will no longer be automatic first downs.
So look, this is the thing right here, though, right? Now I can see I can see the illegal contact.
The ones that had the most penalties against them for those two things.
And no, that's what I'm saying. I can see the illegal contact. That usually happens between 5 and 10 yards, like within that first 5, 10 yards. But you know what I'm saying? Illegal hands down the field, you giving up the first down anyway. You're giving up the first down anyway. 10 yards is a 10-yard penalty. You're giving up the first, or 5-yard penalty, automatic first down. But a lot of these penalties are happening outside of that zone. That first down zone.
Get rid of it. No automatic first down. You get to penalty yards. That's it. Let them play. Coach?
So I don't really care about that rule, honestly. I really don't. The one I do care about the one I do care
I
about
don't
is
care
the one
about that rule.
Yeah, I just don't care. Like the one I do care about is the one that Jack brought up, which is the digital line markers. I think we've got new technology now where I think it's good to implement that and get rid of the stupid chains.
Yep. But
Like, we don't need
I
chains to measure our first down. That's just old school BS. Like technology wise,
nostalgia. But
technology wise, we know when the first downs happen.
Yep.
And it's more accurate to do it digitally.
But can't we do both? Can't we
No.
have the digital markers? And if it's, for nostalgia and for, kind of excitement on the field.
Only those 60-year-old guys plus like that kind of crap.
Well, no, this my thing right here though with the digital thing. So say the system goes down, like technology fails,
right? And
technology fails.
It does.
So
well, then you got to get out there and measure it, right?
Yeah.
But
so
I just think that there's certain things in the game where
and they're not practiced. You got to keep it in.
This is kind of like you still got to be able to know how to read a compass in case you're Garmin.
I mean, they lost the lights in the stadium in the Super Bowl in New Orleans, for gosh sake.
Yeah, but they didn't keep playing. They stopped the game.
But you know what, though? That's not the first time the lights went out in the Super Bowl. Yeah, that's not the first time.
You can't get rid of the chains. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh, look, Jeff said Scott Turner, Secretary of a Hood, has a Redskin helmet on display in his office. Office is pushing to get the name back.
Good. Gotta love that, man.
Good.
Gotta love it. I will just tell you that what I know about Josh Harris. Hold on a second. What I can tell you, what I know about Josh Harris, though, is Josh Harris is not going to bring the name back.
Yeah.
He leans a little bit more left, and he does not want the controversy. Yeah. And so he has made it perfectly abundantly clear he's happy with the Commander's name, and he believes that it's a generational thing. The fan base will turn as long as we're winning.
Hey, now, I'm gonna tell you what's crazy though, right? Did I send y'all the video? With the Athlon Sports was at they was at an NFL sporting convention, right? And they went around asking people that was attending who had the worst name in the NFL, and 23 people said the Commanders. They did 30 people, and out of those 30 people, 23 out of 30, 23 said 23 said the Commanders,
like
right?
80%.
Yeah. So the other ones was like, everybody's like, what is the Browns? Why are we at the Browns? What is the Browns?
Browns is a dumb name. That's got to be the worst.
That's got to be the worst. But 23 is like, oh, the Commanders, that name just sucks. Said Packers, you know what I'm saying? But it was Browns. It was mostly Browns and Commanders.
Wow.
But Browns has got to be the worst because, I mean, they literally named a team after a color.
Yeah.
After poop.
After poop.
And it's a poopy color, yeah. It's like the worst, like in a box of crayons, that's like the worst color.
Hey, I gotta defend my Browns, my number 3 team. You can't forget that Belichick resurrected that team and had them on the path before he went to the Pats.
Man, nobody remembers that.
I know.
So this what I would tell you. I'm offended by the name Browns. I'm boycotting the NFL. Why are you using my skin complexion as your team name?
Jeff is saying that
you get offended everything, man. Like, it doesn't matter, man. Like, why are the Cardinals, man? Like, I'm offended. Like, you're using a bird name.
You using the bird's name. I'm tired of this.
Like that means you got to get rid of the Eagles too. You know, like, I don't know, man. I'm tired of them bird names.
And the Falcons.
And the Falcons.
And the Ravens.
And the Seahawks.
And the Seahawks.
Like, no, man. I'm offended by you using bird names, man. I don't think that's fair to birds.
Yep.
Jeff was saying that Scott Turner was a former player, and I asked him in chat. He hasn't responded yet, but what team and what was his position?
Hey.
I need you thinner, large Sarge, on your screen because half of your face keeps going off screen, man.
Yeah, because I keep putting half my face off the screen so you can.
Man, go more center, man. I need you to go more center. We all know that the flag's back there, brother.
All right, I'll stay back here.
You gotta keep you there.
I'm excited, and I gotta get off camera.
Yeah, you all off camera on us, man. It's like, wait a minute, where'd he go?
I'm all over the place.
He said he played cornerback for the Commanders and the Cowboys.
All right, well, let's talk about some free agency changes.
Scott Turner was a cornerback?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
what?
He was. All right, let's talk about some free agency stuff here, man, because we've had some changes.
Wow.
We've had a whole lot of changes. We've had some new signings and we've had some key departures. I'm going to start with you, Lord Sarge.
No.
I want you to tell me who you think our top new signing was that you liked the most, and which one do you wish that we did not get rid of?
I pass to Adam, the bargain shopper.
Why? Why? Why won't you speak up, Lord Sarge?
I pass.
All right. Go, Shaq. Take us here.
I'll go
Which one you
third.
like?
Hey, listen, what was my name on the last show, Lars Sarge? Too much for Tunsil. We gave up too much for an older, beat-up Laramie Tunsil. We gave up 4 picks for this guy. Absolutely not. Gave up too much more. We overpaid Javon Kinlaw. This man has had a mid-career at best. We gave him $30 million guaranteed. Cut it out. I didn't understand though. I didn't understand that signing. I believe that we could have gave up less for Laramie Tunsil. They were willing to give him up for a reason, right? Now, I understand the Will Harris thing. I didn't get it. We could have re-signed Jeremy Chin, paid the man. We could have, because Jeremy Chin earned his check last year. He did. Jeremy Chin earned his check, right? I didn't understand all these washed up defensive linemen that they brought in. I mean, I didn't get it. Bringing in Foster Sorrell and Nate Herbert. Okay, they're going to compete on the offensive line, right? But we're going to draft offensive line for sure, right? But they're going to compete. But I mean, Herbert ain't nobody. This Foster Sorrell guy, come on, man. No, bargain shopping. They come here on 1-year deals. How are they going to help us? Jonathan Jones is older now. He's been with the Patriots for 19 years. He's an older guy now. How is he going to benefit our secondary? When we got Sam Steele back there, we got overpaid St. Juice back there. We re-signed Igbenogany, right? We re-signed him, right? So bringing Jones in didn't bolster our secondary. Bringing Will Smith did not bolster our secondary at all. Like, it did not. So there are picks on there that I didn't pick. And out of all the people that we let go, only person that I had only person on this list, we knew John Allen was going to walk. He was going to want too much money, stuff like that, right? Zacchaeus, St. Juice. I did a dance with St. Juice left. By St. Juice, by St. Juice, by St. Juice, right? But Jeremy Chin, I'm telling you, Jeremy Chin, and I believe, I'm glad that Dante Fowler left and got a payday, but all of these Eddie Goldman, old and washed up, Dietrich Wise Jr., a little bit older, stuff like that. Hopefully they can compensate for his production with that 11.5 sacks from last year. And that's going to be the thing. What kind of motive do these bargain bin players they brought in still have? You know what I'm saying?
All right, so let me double tap on what he said there, Coach, and I'm going to pass it back to you. So,
All right.
So I'm in total agreement with everything Shaq just said. Everything. I'm going to add on to it. We paid too much for Javon Kinlaw. Too rich of a deal.
Yep.
What the hell was going on in the locker room that we did not want to keep Jonathan Allen, which I know you have numbers on and you're going to tell me about in just a second. Why the hell? What is going on that we do not know about with him in the locker room that they said, if you want to go ahead and get a trade, go ahead and get a trade. What is going on with Jonathan Allen?
Okay, so Lars, I said this before. If you look at this roster, what it's comprised of now, we have just about purged all of Ron Rivera's players out. I said this before.
Maybe that's it. But that's dumb. You just don't white people because they were hired by another coach.
No, well,
it was a performance.
Well, with that comes that poor mentality and attitude. Remember, he was crapping on this team when we were losing. He was ready to go,
and he was right.
He was ready to go, right? So
he was right for crapping on the team.
He was correct, right? So how do we know that still wasn't lingering in the locker room, right? And then
we can only assume, right?
Yeah, we can only assume. And
so
then now,
Allen,
yep,
major loss. Jeremy Chin, El Stupido, letting that guy go.
Yep.
And Dante Fowler, are you idiots letting him go to Dallas?
He gonna get his pay. He gonna get his lick back.
You watch in the 2 games we have this year, and if we get lucky 3, you watch what Dante Fowler does to us.
Well, but one more thing on this Jonathan Allen thing. Look at how much he got paid up there, man. We wasn't willing to do that because he's at that point. He's at that point in his career where it was time for him to start getting paid again.
Coach, tip in on that. You already have the numbers. Tip in on that.
Yeah, so the big deal with Jonathan Allen is he still had 1 year remaining on his contract, and he was due to get paid $16 million. He really did not want to play on $16 million. He's been soured on his team for a number of years. This particular last year, he wanted to see us winning. He came from an injury. The real deal behind Jonathan Allen is I think he got even more soured this past year when he went down with an injury, and Johnny Newton came in and took his job. And when you have somebody come in and take your job, it becomes a pride issue. You either step up and win your job back, or in his particular case, he got disgruntled a little bit about it, decided to walk. And yeah, he asked for his release. Like he first sought a trade. He couldn't work a trade.
Yep.
Then we just flat out released him because, again, when you get somebody who is sour like that, you don't want that around your locker room.
Kind of like Debo in San Francisco, right?
We lost your picture there, Large Sarge, but yeah.
I agree with you on Coach Mad Mike, and I'm telling you now we got a younger Johnny Newton that was supposed to be a first round pick. He was supposed to be a first round pick that we stole in the second round, and we got an older, more injury prone John Allen. Go get your money somewhere else, man. You served your purpose while you was here. Unfortunately, we had losing seasons. Go serve your purpose somewhere else. Best of luck in Minnesota. No hard feelings, but Johnny Newton is here to stay, and they bringing in all these older Goldman and Kinlaw.
Yeah, I'll get to that part of it here in a
Yeah.
second. But with Jonathan Allen, the part I didn't like about it is when you cut him and you let him go, you had about $10 million of cap saving off of a $16 million salary. 6 of it was dead cap. Yep. And yeah, he got his payday because he got into the open market, and that deal he worked with the Vikings is going to pay him $20 million a year.
Yeah.
So he's going to get. I mean, he's super happy to be going to Minnesota. I will tell you the part I didn't like is, okay, we let him go. We took $6 million in dead cap space. We ended up getting about $10 million of free space, but then we used it to go get Javon Kinlaw and pay him $15 million a year for the next 3 years. I don't believe he's a proven enough commodity. I know he's younger. He's a younger guy, but like statistically, he has not put up the numbers, in my opinion, to justify a $15 million a year, 3-year deal with $30 million of it's guaranteed.
Yeah, $30 million guaranteed. What?
$30 million guaranteed. Now I'm gonna tell you. I said
that means he's on our roster next 2 years for sure.
And now I'm gonna tell you somebody we could have got that's proven that would have cost less for us. We could have went and got Grady Jarrett.
We could have.
We could have got Grady Jarrett. Yeah, he's a solid, proven. He's a proven defensive tackle. You know what I'm saying? We could have got him for cheaper than what we paid for Javon Kinlaw.
Maybe they didn't like his scheme fit.
I will tell you, when I look at the other moves that are on here, I'm actually a fan of the Laramie Tunsil deal. I don't necessarily like what I gave up to go get him.
Right.
Okay.
We love the guy. We don't like the deal.
Yeah.
I like the guy just from the aspect of it. Like, we desperately needed a very, very solid left tackle. We knew Cornelius Lucas was not the guy. I mean, I have to give him props because he worked his freaking butt off last year. And now he's able to move on. And, he got a 2-year deal with the Browns. So good on you, Lucas. Yeah. But, like, he wasn't the solution.
It's just like what we gave up a lot of capital to get.
Yeah. And I want to keep the show going a little bit. So, this will make more sense when you see the lineup of what's this going to allow us to do on the offensive line, because I've really studied this quite a bit. And this is more than just a left tackle signing. This allows us to be able to really mix and match some other guys really interesting along the offensive line, where I think it's going to be a better offensive line this year.
So I was going to ask you that. So with us bringing Laramie Tunsil in, what does that mean for Brandon Coleman?
Mm-hmm. I think it gives a couple of different options, right? For him in particular, I'll get to Brandon Coleman, and we'll see it more when I pull up that slide. But I believe it gives us an option to move him to right tackle, or it gives us a chance to move him into left guard. And I think he'll move a little bit. And then, of course, if something happens to Tunsil, allows him to move him right back in the left tackle spot. but he'll start
I'll go there.
and he'll get his opportunities off of there. I think he might start off the year at starting right tackle because I believe Wiley's going to play right guard because Sam Cosmi right now is still injured. So it'll be interesting, but we'll be able to look at it.
He's still injured.
He can replace my boy Allegretti.
Yeah, and I want Allegretti replaced too. And so we'll definitely talk about that too because Allegretti, I'm not an Allegretti fan at all.
No,
Yeah, I mean, he had some horrifying games and he had some amazing games, but the net effect of that is like average.
You know who I'm glad we re-signed? Trent Scott. I'm glad we re-signed him too.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad we re-signed Trent Scott.
Now, as far as guys that departed, I think the obvious choice is Jeremy Chin. It's hard to see him go.
Coach, why can't we keep him? Why? What was the reason?
Jeremy Chin, I do not have a reason why we let him go. I heard inconsistent play, but I never saw that. So, yeah, they said that he blew some coverages. He was known for being a very, very solid tackler as like a hybrid linebacker, strong safety.
He was a killer.
High marks. He got high marks on that. Hold on. He got high marks on that, but he got a little bit lower marks when it came to the deep pass coverage. So he was getting burned deep. So that's what I heard. I don't know how much truth is in that because I need to see number of plays. How many did he get burned on? Why was that an issue? Apparently, that was not an issue to the Raiders. They signed him to a nice.
I was going to say, Raiders didn't mind that too much.
Yeah, and who wouldn't, right? I mean, we were all Jeremy Chin fans.
But we're not gaining anything better in Will Harris.
Will Harris is not bad.
No,
Will Harris is not bad.
What are we doing?
Will Harris is not bad. There's more to the Dante Fowler story. Dante Fowler is from the Dallas area. He actually loves being in the Dallas area. He actually came out on Twitter and said that he really enjoyed his time with the Commanders, but he really feels good about going back home. He, I think deep down he just likes being a Cowboy and he likes being in the Dallas area. So
I hope they have another ice storm before the season starts. Freeze his butt.
No, I just think it's, I understand, that's where I try to say, like, hey, why did we keep a guy? Like, why we let a guy go? Sometimes, the player has a vote.
Yeah.
And when they're not on contract, if you don't re-sign them and stuff like that, and sometimes they turn down offers when you try to re-sign them.
Yeah.
What their personal preferences play a part in that. And he really wanted to go back to Dallas.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why. Now you got to hope we pick up somebody. And we are definitely, in my estimate, still in the defensive end market. We need to get a defensive end.
Of course. They left a huge gap.
So here are the players that we re-signed. So a lot of one-year deals, very reminiscent of what we did last year. Bringing a lot of players on one-year deals, re-sign guys on one-year deals. Like, you got to do it. Like, it allows us most flexibility. Like, if you start falling off a cliff, we're not bringing you back next year. We're not being married to you long-term.
Yep. Now, there's some names on here that I just didn't understand, but I guess we're gonna go through it.
Yeah, I mean, is there one or two that stick out to you that you don't understand?
Jeremy McNichols, Cleveland Farrell.
Wait. Why don't you like McNichols? Now I want to pull this apart. I love McNichols. I don't think he got enough carries this year. I think he's got a lot of potential.
And McNichols, if we draft running back, McNichols ain't gonna be on this roster. Simply put, I couldn't argue that. but we're not gonna do that. We're not drafting running back. That's why they signed him. Wait till we get to that slide, Narsar. It's more we more susceptible to it than you think.
I love it.
I'm telling you.
Hey, but Noah Brown, I'm like, come on, man. Cleveland Farrell, Noah Brown. Even
that's an emotional pick.
Yeah, even bringing Zach Ertz back. Zach Ertz is 35 years old. Why don't we just go get us a young guy out the draft?
Because he's healthy and he had a hell of a year with us.
Yeah, but again, we bring it up every time. Zach Ertz is on the field. He's not creating separation. If Jaden Daniels was not putting the ball on the dime, Zach Ertz wouldn't have had a quarter of the passes that he's caught. He's not creating separation no more. He ain't got to step no more. None of that.
But
come on, man. It's only going to get worse this year.
And he will.
So one of the things that this team was criticized for this particular offseason is, did we sign too many of the same players from last year?
When
You
you're
know,
dealing
some
with
of the arguments that are being brought up here is people were on the fence about guys like Zach Ertz. People were trying to understand why would we give a 3-year deal to John Bates. People were kind of wondering what were we doing with some of these guys that are clearly depth players. That why did we need to sign them so soon? Like they could have walked, and we probably could have picked up other players around the same. But the justification that I heard was these guys are used to playing with each other, used to being together in the locker room, and they're trying to build something. And so,
but I understand that. But you could have built cohesion with Jeremy Chin. but you
we agree, Shaq. Chin should have not have gone.
He should not have gone. But now Jalen Holmes, I believe he's gonna have a breakout year this year. But Noah Brown, you know what I'm saying? These guys on this list they can go.
So
Rodriguez.
That kind of brings me to where the current team stats where I have right now. Right now, I'm tracking that we are $22.557 million of available cap space right now. 6.5 million of that has got to be reserved for the rookie pool. That's under the current picks that we have, and we only have 5 picks, as you see right there. We don't have a third round pick or a 5th round pick.
Right.
So our first and second pick, we got to hit home runs with those guys. Our offseason moves are getting Laramie Tunsil and Deebo Samuel, made those 2 players the 3rd and 5th highest paid players on the team.
Mm-hmm.
So we got a lot of money wrapped up in those 2 players.
Yes,
that's the change. That's the major change this year that we went and got with our available cap space.
The splash Lawrence Sarge was talking about. The splash.
That's the splash. That's right. Getting Tunsil
splash. That might be more like slapping the water and getting a little puddle pop.
No, that's your splash.
I don't call it a splash. I call that a puddle pop.
No, that's your splash, brother. That's your splash you're waiting on, man, because it was a lot of money.
Yeah.
And we gave up a lot for Deebo.
Yeah, but
and Laramie.
We could have done better. So what do you guys think about trading 2nd, 4th, 6th, and 7th to get up in a higher spot in the draft? So we'll get that running back Jack once.
Absolutely not, Lawrence. What the hell? What are you talking about? No, absolutely not.
You don't want that running back so bad you can taste it.
Listen, Ashton Jenkins is going to be off the board. He's not even the running back that I'm talking about. We're going to get to
it. All right, we're going to get to it. All right, that brings us to our overall roster right now. So you can see what you see in gold is the new players to the team. What you see in red, Sam Cosmi is still really hurt, from my understanding. So hurt that he's at a risk of not being available for week 1. So what that does is it causes a lot of interesting lineup changes. So Laramie Tunsil is going to be our starting left tackle. Right now they have Brandon Coleman as the backup left tackle, but there's already discussions that he will move to right tackle, and Andrew Wiley will get pushed to right guard.
Yeah.
That will be the lineup. Now, there are discussions of can Nate Herbio, who we picked up from Pittsburgh, beat out Allegretti for left guard? That is a position battle.
Yeah.
That is a position battle, and a lot of people believe Herbio is going to beat him out.
Yeah.
So that'll be an interesting one. And don't count out Trent Scott, because Trent Scott proved, even though he was a backup right tackle last year,
he proved he belonged.
Right guard.
Yeah.
That there's talk that he might start at right guard, which might mean that Andrew Wiley, you can move from right tackle to left guard to replace Allegretti and have Brandon Coleman at right tackle.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, because Trent Scott proved that he belonged.
Yeah,
he showed up in the hardest games. Yeah, so come on.
So there's a lot of interesting things that it can do, and one of the things that that the offensive line coach, and his name's slipping my mind right now, was saying was that these players are going to be coached up to be versatile. And he goes, many of them naturally are versatile anyway, but he's going to be promoting that. When they go through training camp, they're going to be moving guys around in different positions just to see what they look like.
Yeah. Well, now, one of the things you got on this list, right? One of the things that I want to point out that maybe now that I'm looking at this slot receiver lineup,
Yep.
Luke McCaffrey's star job may be in trouble with KJ Osborne. I don't like the KJ Osborne signing, but Luke McCaffrey's starting job may be in danger with him.
Yeah, and there's also talk of Gallup being in that position too. If he's doing it, there like a lot of people being very reserved about Gallup. I know Large Sarge likes him, but like Gallup's really being brought in to fight for a roster spot.
Mm-hmm.
Let's be real about it. I mean, he's taking a year off of football. He retired because he was liking his injury recovery when he was in Dallas. Decided to retire, then all of a sudden feels like he's healthy now. Passed the physicals and goes, hey, I want to have my return to the NFL. It's an uphill battle for him to come in. We'll see what he looks like. He might be able to.
He's going to have a marquee year.
I'm going to tell you what happened.
I'm going to task on it. He's going to have a mark. Daniels are going to light that boy up like he's never been lit up before.
I'm going to tell you what happened. Them NFL checks stopped coming.
That's right. He goes, I need a check again. Yeah.
All right.
It usually happens to players.
That's a hell of a motivator. I need money. I need to play. All right.
And some of these guys don't need money, but they do miss those checks, man.
Yeah. I have a question for you both. So I would definitely say, no matter what it cost us or how it did, we have improved our offensive line. Without question, we have made necessary changes to our line, and we have options, right? It's not just that we made initial changes. There are fit changes coming that all could be improvements. Do you agree with me on that?
I do. And I agree. One of those things I like is the
what I want to ask you, Coach, Jack, you take it second, is what did we get in Tunsil? Did we get a run blocker or a pass protector?
He's both.
Yeah. I'm going to say, you ever seen that movie, The Blind Side, with Michael O'Hare? You know how they dramatized him blocking and all stuff? We really got that in real life. But the question I have, the question I have with that is his durability at 30 years old and put in so many reps.
But take that off the table. Are we a better run team this year, or are we a better passing team? That's what I'm trying to really dig at. What do you guys think?
I think we're both.
Both. Yeah. We're going to be both.
Really? You think we improved in both areas?
Yes.
Okay.
And what's going to be crazy is that I don't think that we're gonna run. Of course, we're gonna run our gimmick plays. We're gonna run our stretch plays and stuff like that. But they're not really they're gonna be using him to protect Jaden Daniels because he's turned this way.
That's what
scrambling.
I think.
Yeah.
I think we're a better passing team this year because Jaden's got a bit more time. I don't think we're a better running team.
No, well, wait till we get to the slide. We're going to be a better running team. Here's why I say what we're going to draft.
Yeah, I think we'll be a better one because when you run to that side, I mean, he could freaking lock down the end too.
Yeah, that's right. So, but I said this a couple weeks ago. We gave up too much for him. 4 picks. 4 picks is a lot, man.
It is a lot.
If he was like 27, 28, I would understand.
We flubbed last year, Shaq. We flubbed. We didn't address that last year.
I understand that.
More this year.
I understand that. I understand if he was 27 or 28, but we gave it up for a 30-year-old Laremy Tunsil with a bunch of years in the league. 4 picks, that's a lot.
All right, so let's go to defense real quick, and this shows you where they're doing now. I don't necessarily agree with having Javon Kinlaw as a starting defensive tackle. I believe that's Johnny Newton right there. Yep. So I'm going to disagree with this particular side that comes from our lands. But the way I look at it is the starting lineup is really Daron Payne and Johnny Newton. Johnny Newton won that job from Jonathan Allen. That's the reason why Jonathan Allen ain't here no more.
Yep.
Now, I believe Kinlaw is probably the next guy.
Why would they pay the money to get Kinlaw? Newton's
I don't know. I don't understand the Kinlaw, the Kinlaw signing personally, and I think we overpaid for him. But like, I really believe that what we do with our defensive tackles, they're going to try to do what we did last year, which is more of a rotation. To try to keep the defensive tackles fresh. I'll tell you one that I find really, really interesting, and that's Eddie Goldman. And I know a lot of people don't know a lot about Eddie Goldman, but I do because I followed him for many, many years when he was in Chicago.
Yeah.
He is an interesting player because he's a gap filler. He's just a big body gap filler. And when I went back and I was kind of trying to understand this pick, like why would we sign a guy like Eddie Goldman? And it's because of what really Saquon Barkley did to us. Saquon Barkley would punch to the outside, but there was times where he would come right through the middle. And I was scratching my head. I was getting so furious last year, like with Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne, with Johnny Newton, like how the flip is he getting right through the middle like that?
Well, no. They were stuffing up that gap. The majority of his big plays was him bouncing outside.
Yeah, he bounced it outside, but
he bounced it outside.
He went right through the flipping middle and I'm just like, I don't understand that. What you're going to get with Eddie Goldman on running situations, and I really look at him as a running down player, is he will clog up the middle.
Yep.
He's not going to get a lot of tackles. He's not going to get a lot of sacks. But what he will do is he will force plays to the outside. But that just means we have got to do a better job, which we were horrible at last year, and that's outside containment.
So
how big is that body, Coach?
He's a big old dude.
So this is my thing right here. So this is why I didn't understand us re-signing Clelin Ferrell. I didn't understand us picking up Deatrich Wise. I didn't understand it. If we knew we was getting beat on the edge in every game, I did not understand. Clelin Ferrell did not do nothing to prove that he deserved to be on this team. And us bringing in yeah, that's what I'm saying. And us bringing in an older Deatrich Wise to play on the end, I did not understand it. Some of these guys that we brought in not going to be on this roster when we cut it down. Simply put.
Yeah, they're not. I will tell you one guy I like that's on this roster who I think has huge upside on the end, and that's Jalen Holmes.
Yeah.
I like him. They got listed as a number 3 right now. He's not going to stay there. That dude is an up-and-coming guy. He's going to be at least a number 2 on the defensive ends. And I don't think we're done at the defensive end. We need defensive ends on this team. And what we got is not going to get it done.
Yeah, no, not at all. The goal was to make this team younger, faster, better. Instead, we turned in the Commanders into a senior citizen home. Like we went from having one of the youngest rosters in the NFL to now you look at it now, the average age on the team probably like 28 or 29.
Hey, look, the Lions did that last year and got all the way, almost got to the dance.
Nobody cares about no damn Lions.
You know what?
The Lions did the same thing last year and almost got to the dance.
Well, guess what? You know why they lost to us? Because they ain't had no more legs left, and we was running them in the dirt.
That's right. I mean, you got to have some youth on your roster. So when I look at this defense, I really see like there's 3 glaring holes to me when I look at this. Like I think we need another strong safety. I believe Will Harris is a backup. I also believe we need another corner. I like that we have Sinistril. I like that we brought Noah. I can never pronounce his last name, but
Iganagami.
Thank you, Iganagami. And Marshawn Lattimore, who you call the overpriced St. Juiced.
Overpriced St. Juice, he can go.
He's going to get his opportunity this offseason to prove himself. Otherwise, he's going to get cut because we can save $16 million of cap space.
Yeah. He's definitely going to have to show up.
So we have to have another guy to replace him. And I'm sorry, but Jonathan Jones ain't it.
We could have brought Asante Samuel Jr. in, sent Marshawn Lattimore to Houston, and for a 1-for-1, Marshawn Lattimore in a pick for Laramie Tunsil and a pick.
I love it. I actually would agree to that.
You know what I'm saying?
Asante Samuel. Yeah.
And Asante Samuel's still out there.
He's still out there. But
crazy, right?
Yeah, Asante.
In that? Do you guys think we should go ahead and make that step?
I think so, but I think you might be asking too much. I think the more you wait him out, his overall price will come down.
Yeah.
If someone else don't pick him up
after the draft,
he's not going to be. He's playing this year.
Well, he's got a lot of injury concerns, and I think that's what's shying away from a lot of teams. A lot of teams are just like, I'm not going to pay a lot of money for him because he only played 4 games last year.
Yeah.
Well, after the draft, I'm like, he may be asking for like $8-9 million right now. After the draft, he's gonna be asking about like 4.
Yep, and I think that's when we would pull the trigger. When he gets down to about 4 or 5 million, I think that's when we pull the trigger.
Yep.
We're not going to pay 8 or 9 for him when he only played 4 games last year.
Yep. And
he has some kind of weird condition. that he's had to go through his entire career playing, and I can't remember the name of his condition. But like that got the best of him last year, and he only played 4 games, and that kind of messed him up.
It was I got too much money disease.
No, it's a real medical
money disease.
It's a real medical thing.
No, I'm sorry, Sante. I'm not busting on you, man. I don't take me wrong. I know you're listening.
I want to keep a Sante Samuels.
I'm just saying, you got too much money disease.
Yeah.
For real.
Don't listen to him. We want to keep doing the show, man.
Get for real and put a feather in your cap, buddy. Let's go.
Let's go. All right, so we're getting ready to have some fun. So for those of you with us, we are getting ready to have a whole lot of fun. To let y'all know what I did was I conducted a simulated mock draft through PFF. And this was the results of my mock draft.
And guess who?
This one right here had us getting James Pierce with the 29th pick, which is one of Shaq's favorite picks right there. So if it all goes like this, if it all goes according to the way this mock draft went, then you're going to be a happy man.
What is James Pierce? What's ED? Educational reject?
No, he's a defensive end.
But he's an edge rusher.
Edge rusher.
Oh, ED is edge. Okay.
Yes. So
I'm just a fan, folks. I'm just a fan.
Listen,
and you prove it every week.
I thought it was special ed.
I've been high on this guy for weeks now. So I'm for weeks. I'm like, James Pierce Jr. is going to be our guy. James Pierce Jr. is going to be our guy. If he's still on the board, he's going to be our first round pick. I'm telling you.
So I picked with the Washington Commanders in this mock draft. I ran the simulation. I let everybody else pick, and he was still on the board, so I jumped at him.
No one else needs an edge rusher?
And so we're getting ready to run another one now, live on this show.
Let's do it.
And we're going to see where these guys go. Are y'all ready? And then Lark Sarge and Shaq, I might pause it a couple times to ask y'all's thoughts about how the draft's going.
Yep.
And then I want fans, all you guys that are still with us, I want you to chime in as the mock draft's going on whether or not you like how things are going. And then when we get to our pick, I want everybody to give your comments about who's available on the board and who you're going to pick. All right, sound fun?
I cannot believe only one QB is in this entire mock draft.
No, it's two.
Picks are QBs.
Oh, Shedeur Sanders. Okay. Yeah,
he's not going number 2. He's not going that high.
That's Deion Sanders' son, and he ain't going number 2 overall.
Cam Ward, yeah, I could see him going in the top 2, top 3, but
who?
Cam Ward.
Top 10. Top 10. He's not going. It's gonna be Cam Ward, Travis Hunter, Abdul Carter. Not in that particular order. Tyler Warren, the tight end, might get drafted before Shedeur Sanders.
Interesting. Yeah, it'd be interesting. But we're going to do another one, and no 2 mock drafts are the same. So we're getting ready to do it. All right, I'm going to go and I'm going to share with you the screen. Hold on, let me see if I can get there.
Uh-oh.
Told you upgrade that computer there, Coach.
Yep. And then I'm looking at this Matthew Golden to the Bengals. All that money they just kicked out to T. Higgins and all them. No, he's not going to the Bengals.
You don't think so, huh?
No. Matthew Golden, if he's still on the board, if James Pierce is gone, 2 of the other picks that I told Coach Matt Mike should still be there.
All right. Tell me when y'all can see my screen.
I got you.
All right. So this right here, we're doing this through PFF. This is a draft simulator, mock draft simulator. We're going to do 1 round, the first round only. We're going to keep it at a slow speed because it's still kind of fast for us. All right. And we're going to enter the draft as the Washington Commanders. And we're going to start this draft. All right. When I hit start, it's going to start clicking through these things. It allows me to pause it so we can talk about it. All right. So we're getting ready to start here.
Tennessee.
Cam Ward went off the board first.
I'm gonna be. Cam Ward went off the board. No.
Yeah. He is going to be. He is the top guy. Yeah.
Abdul Carter to Tennessee.
All right. So I stop at the top 5. I still don't agree that Cleveland is going to take Sanders at number 2. I don't agree with that.
No, absolutely not.
Who'd they re-sign?
No.
Who'd they sign?
Who the Browns?
Yeah, Browns just signed a quarterback.
Yeah, Shador Sanders not going to the Browns.
I mean, they're still fishing for a quarterback. They've been fishing for 10 years.
I'm 1, 2, 3, in not in any particular order. Cam Ward, Abdul Carter, Travis Hunter. I'm telling you, not in that particular order, but those gonna be your first 3 players picked. Shador Sanders is not even. He may be like number 8 or 9, maybe number 10.
All right, we're gonna remember that one.
All right, we're gonna do the next 5 here. Let's see what they look like. Raiders are on the clock.
Cornerback.
Baron.
Yep.
Interesting. Cornerback.
So how different is that what we had on our other one?
So that Will Campbell pickup is an interesting one, right? Because this is just me looking at the draft. Will Campbell may go before Shador Sanders. I mean, there are a lot of teams that are in need of him, right? Mm-hmm. The man is true. He's a superior athlete. So
I could see Will Campbell be a top 5 pick.
A top 5 pick. So So
and Will Campbell might go before Mimbo.
Yeah, I think that Ashton Jeanty to the Saints.
You think they trade up to get it?
Nah, I don't think Ashton Jeanty going to the Saints. So somebody's gonna trade up for him. Probably somebody like the Cowboys, maybe the Bears. Somebody gonna trade up for that Ashton Jeanty pick.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yep, because if you look at number 12, Ashton Jeanty going to number 9. You look at number 12, right? They need a running back. Number 13 needs a running back, right? The Bears, if they bring a running back in already with the weapons they have up there already, you know what I'm saying? So I can see the Cowboys trading up to pick up Ashton Jeanty.
Yeah, to get in front of the Bears.
Yep.
Yeah, that might be interesting to watch. Actually. All right, let's keep going with the next 5 here. Ooh, a tight end.
Yeah, Tyler Warren from Penn State. Do not be surprised if he don't get drafted before Shador Sanders. I'm telling you, that man is a beast.
All right, I paused it after the next 5, so that's what we're looking at for the next 5 there.
McMillan is, and looking at the top 10 right now, McMillan is about right. I think McMillan is about right. He's top 15, first round talent, right? Best receiver in this draft, hands down. So, yeah.
I don't. He doesn't have speed.
Why? That's about right. But I mean, again, he's another one. If the Cowboys miss out,
I was not impressed with any of the wide receivers, to be honest with you, in the combine.
And Lost Sauce, there are 3 in this draft that I'm sure we could use on this roster. They're better than what we got.
Yeah, I mean, but no one blew my socks off, right? No one that I watched, and I watched it 2 times consecutively because I couldn't get to sleep before my cruise. Yep. So I watched the quarterbacks and wide receivers work it out, and I was like, man, this wide receiver core is just.
No, McMillan is a horse. He is a horse. Now, he's gonna go top 15 for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, of course, because that's what's there, right?
Yep.
Now, who you have in the draft. So
if the Cowboys miss out on Ashton Jeanty, don't be surprised if they don't pick a McMillan. Him and CeeDee Lamb on the same football field is gonna be dangerous.
Ooh.
Could be, right? Could be.
Yeah. So
interesting. All right, let's try the next 5 here.
Who the Cards want to pick up? Who do they say the Cards got now?
Ooh.
Matthew Golden.
Not to the Bengals. The Bengals are not going to pick up Matthew Golden, man.
Yeah, I don't see that happening either. After getting both of their wide receivers on contract.
They're not picking him up.
Yeah, they're not picking a wide receiver there.
No. No. We may see them. The Bengals. We may see them drafting because their defense need help. So we gonna start seeing defensive ends go, defensive linemen go, stuff
Why
like
would
that.
they move up one to pick up Campbell?
Yeah, they're in this particular one, they were probably waiting for Campbell to fall to him.
Yes,
But
and he will be a difference maker for them right out the gate.
yeah, Campbell would be very good for the Bengals.
Yeah, right out right out the gate, he will be a difference maker.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's quite interesting. Like, I kind of agree. I don't think if Campbell's off the board that they go with Golden. They'll trade out.
The Cards don't even need in their needs category. They don't even need a linebacker, right?
Well, they don't always
draft the best player available at that spot, right?
Yeah.
But that's not addressing a team need. They're just taking the best player.
Yeah.
A stupid question. We're talking draft. Coach, your mentality. You're the coach. Do you take the best player, or do you draft the best player for your need?
So I don't go by a particular philosophy. It depends, right?
Okay.
Like,
that's it.
So for instance,
Jack, your answer. You take the very best
I'm not
player
knowing my
available.
answer, but okay, but like,
Go ahead, man, Mike.
Why I think that.
Go ahead, man, Mike. Go ahead.
Oh yeah. So the reason why I say that is because certain teams, like if you're in desperate need of a quarterback and you have a top 5 pick, you want to take the best quarterback you have off the board because of how significantly important a position like that is, right? And then when you're also in the first round, when you're looking for a difference maker, you're looking for a key contributor right away, and you have a blaring hole, and the right type of player is right where you need it to be, then it doesn't matter if the guy's going 5 positions early or not. You get your guy.
Yep.
Right? Now, if you got a majority of all your holes filled, like you're like the Kansas City Chiefs, where like you're a pretty well-rounded football team to begin with, and you're picking at the back of the draft, then you're really picking best available players. So it kind of depends on where you are as a football team, I believe.
So now I agree with you. Now I'm gonna tell you this: once we get to if my guy James Pierce Jr. is gone, we're gonna draft best available on the board. I'm letting you know we're gonna draft best available on the board. If James Pierce Jr. is gone, we're gonna draft best available on the board. And so that's how we got Johnny Newton. Johnny Newton was the best available. There were other things that need to be filled for us because we had Allen and Payne, healthy Allen and Payne at the time. There were other things that needed to be filled on our defense, secondary, linebackers, stuff like that. But left tackle. But Johnny Newton was the best available on the board.
It's
when
true.
we picked him up.
I'm different than both you guys. I look at my team and what I need, and I take the best guy available for my most critical needs, no matter what. But once I fill my critical needs, then I'll default to the next best player available if I have a pick,
Okay.
right?
So
Very best, no matter what he is, right?
So
I'm going to address my freaking needs in the draft.
Okay, so now hear me out though. I hear what you're saying though, but hear me out. So you're telling me if I need right now is say we need a wide receiver, right? We need a wide receiver, but Abdul Carter is available for us to pick. You're going to take that receiver over Abdul Carter, potentially the best athlete in this draft?
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
I'm going to fill my needs to complete my team. Right?
Yeah.
I'm just talking the draft. I'm going to address my deepest team need where I got holes in the draft. If I didn't get it in free agency, right? Or I don't think after the draft someone might not fall to me that I still have some cap space for, right?
Yep.
I'm going to go like last year. Skin screwed up by not taking an offensive tackle. We talked about this, Coach. They needed an offensive tackle last year.
Yep.
We paid for it all year long. We still did awesome. So great job of coaching, but we didn't address the most critical need with a rookie quarterback. Could have been a different season if we did.
I hear you. I understand that, right? Again, I hear you. I understand that, right? We could have picked up in that pick when we got Johnny Newton, when we got Mikey Sanders still, right? We could have picked offensive lineman then. Could have, but we waited to the third round. Mm-hmm. We had 2 picks right behind each other where we could have picked the offensive lineman, where there were guys out there, but we picked the best available players.
We cried about it all year.
We did.
And we still made it into the playoffs. So, I mean, that's just my philosophy.
Yeah.
All right, let's get the next 5 picks going. Let's see what we got here. Steelers on the clock. Oh my goodness, there goes Pierce.
Gone.
All right, let's stop it right there, man. Your boy comes off the board. It goes to Green Bay.
Everyone's saying they can't see the screen, Coach.
They can't
our
see the
pictures. Yeah, our pictures are too big, but the chart is too small.
You can't see picks?
Yeah, they're having a hard time seeing it.
So James Pierce.
When I blow up my screen on our app, I see it just fine.
Yeah, you got to watch it on a big screen. If you're trying to watch it on your phone, yeah, you're not going to see it. But like to let you know, the 20th pick was tackle Josh Simmons. 21st pick was tackle Kelvin Banks. 22nd was edge rusher Mike Green. 23rd pick was edge rusher James Pierce. 25th pick by the Vikings was running back Hampton. And the 25th pick by the Houston Texans was Amik Egluka from Ohio State.
Ohio State. Yeah.
Big names came off the board on those 5 picks.
Oh, I like Pierce.
And I'm sorry if you guys can't see it. Yeah, that's as big as I can make this this draft thing.
I don't know why Green Bay would. I do understand why they would go after James Pierce Jr., right? But I don't think that's a direct need for them right now. Now that's where Green Bay is where I can see Matthew Golden going, where I can see Luther Burden going, McMillan going, one of those guys, one of those receivers going there. To put on the other side of Dobbs and Watson. You know what I'm saying? So no, I don't see that pick. But
yeah, I know, because you want them to fall to us.
yeah, damn right.
Yeah, I'm with you. All right, let's get to the next 5, man, because I don't like the way this board's shaping up, but we're going to pick here in 5 picks.
So far, it's going our way.
No. Hey, and then after this, Coach Man Mike, we're gonna go over the 3 picks.
Say again?
We're gonna go over the 3 picks after this. The ones I texted you earlier.
Yeah, we'll talk. I want you to talk about it based off what we have. So we are on the board right now. To let you all know, fans who can't see it, at 26, the Rams selected tight end Golston Loveland. The Ravens at 27 picked up guard Tyler Booker, and the Lions picked up tackle Gray Zabel, which means we are on the board.
So,
and it's very interesting, like, who the flip are we going to pick up based off of it? And if you look on the right, you see who's available. We got a whole lot of guys here available.
Scroll down to the running backs. Because
we can switch over to running back.
Hampton is gone. Hampton, because that's one of the guys I said.
Here's the next available guy is Scatterbo, who's ranked number 50.
Scatterbo, right?
Scatterbo from Arizona
Great name for a running back, ain't it?
Excuse me, but we're not going to take him, right? So out of all these guys, he's not a first round pick. He's not a first round pick. But Dylan Sampson and Scatterbo would be preferred. But Hampton is our guy, but he's already gone. Hampton is definitely the guy, but he's already gone. Right?
He's gone.
So Luther Burden the third.
You would go wide receiver here.
Luther Burden the third. Yep.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I would do. Luther Burden the third.
I'd take Nick Scorton.
Either that or Walter Nolan. Yeah.
I'd take Nick Scorton. We need edge.
Yeah.
So when I look at this, man, this is like a bad place to be.
Yep.
So punch it. What's the computer say?
Well, no, we pick. There is no what the computer says. We pick here.
Punch
it.
Let's pick an edge. I said let's pick an edge then.
Me too. You want to go ahead and pick Scorton?
Yeah.
Yeah, Scorton.
That's what I would do.
Or Walter Nolan. Walter Nolan.
Oh, let's look at our edge rushers here real quick. So those are the available edge rushers.
What's ADP stand for?
ADP, it's just their scoring.
So you
scoring positioning where they have it.
So you know who Landon Jackson is? Landon Jackson's that scary looking dude with alopecia. They ain't got no hair on his head or his face. Remember from the draft? So I mean, from the combine.
Yeah,
Presley is good. He got good motor on him. But yeah, let's go with Nick Scorton.
Okay, we're gonna draft Scorton in.
Yeah.
All right, let's let the rest of these play out. So Burton went the very next pick.
Interesting.
Yeah, Luther Burton. That's what I said. We should have picked because he was one of the best available. That's what I said. We should have picked Luther Burton. He went the very, very, very next pick.
Well, we got four solid receivers already.
No, we don't. We had two. One in the possible. We had Terry McLaurin, and we got Cordell Stewart / whatever it is with
We got Debo. Come on.
Okay, so there's our overall picks.
All right, we had a question for the Panthers from the guests. They want to know who the Panthers took in this one.
The Panthers in this particular mock draft took
Will Campbell.
Will Campbell.
Yep.
From LSU.
And that Luther Burton pick for Buffalo is actually a good pick. That's actually a great pick.
Oh, it was the Jags, not the Panthers. Sorry, it was a Jags pick. Jeff wanted
Jags pick?
Yeah, the Jags. Sorry,
There's
Jeff.
somebody out there who wants to know about the Jags?
Yeah, Jeff. Our Jags fan, man.
Jags.
They took Mason Graham from Michigan.
Yes.
Oh, Michigan guy, yeah.
That's a good pick.
Lineman.
Yep, that's a good pick.
So what's the background on this draft thingy? It's PFF, which gives the scores and ratings to players, right? They're the ones that give rankings out.
Yeah, so I will take this one and I'll compare it to my last mock draft. My last mock draft that we had that I did prior to the show had us taking Pierce, who fell to me at 29, and I was able to pick him, which is where I think we all want to have happen. But you saw on this one that we did live on the show, it didn't work out that way.
Yep.
He went earlier to Green Bay. And so when the pick came down to us, we took Nick Scorton. But I would tell you that that's probably a situation. If it came to us, I wouldn't be apprehensive of trading out of that pick if it came to us at that point.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't real happy with anything that was available right there.
Could you do me a favor, Coach?
I told you, Luther Burton. If Luther Burton is still on the board, do not be surprised if we don't draft Luther Burton. But if Omarion Hampton is available, if Juggins is available, you know what I'm saying? One of these other running backs, Biosu is another one. Biosu, if he's available, that guy had an animal combine. If these guys are available, and again, we know we're dealing with a beat up B-Rob. Don't be surprised. Do not be surprised at all. And we don't take one of these running backs in the first round.
Man, I find it harder and harder to argue against Shaq on this one. Mike, Coach Mad Mike, can you do me a favor? Just for giggles, can you run this sim again? Just run it all the way through and see what falls to us?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
Because the stats change on players.
We're not picking anybody. Right? We're just going to let it run, right?
Yeah, let it run. And we'll get down to our pick and see if something different falls. See if Shaq's theory comes true.
Listen, if Luther Burton,
I've reached my daily limit.
Oh, man!
And I'm not subscribing to it, so we will do it again later, and I'll show it to you guys.
We should do this every week. I think it's a good drill.
And I can tell you right now, if Luther, hear me out. If Luther Burton, it says we need running backs, defensive backs, offensive line, and edge, right? If Luther Burton is on the board, we're going to take Luther Burton over Nick Scorton any day of the week.
Yeah.
Watch what I tell you.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we're going to do many more of these mock drafts, and we'll compare and contrast what we have from one week to the next. So it'll be fun. It'll be fun for us all to watch for sure.
Yep.
So
if we're not going to go to Green Bay, then we need to do a show during the draft and watch the draft like you and I did, Coach, last year down, and we need to have a live cast draft show.
Well, yeah, we'll try to work something like that out for sure.
Right.
So for those who are still watching, so the NFL.com did their mock drafts, and this is who they had us taking. Interesting to see what everybody had for us there. There's only one other had James Pierce. Of course, I don't know the picks that were before that. It's easy to say who you're going to pick. It's a lot different than to play a mock draft and see who really falls to you, right?
Yeah.
As we just experienced live on their show. It was a different game. And I did a mock draft prior to the show where James Pierce fell to us. But in this particular one that we did live,
I
we went
love
to
Lance
Green Bay at 23. He wasn't there.
Zierlein's a beast.
And look,
That guy from Ohio State, that's a
and look,
pickup.
and look who is on here. James, look who's the other guy. Look who sent your pick. Luther Burden III.
That's it. Here's where I'm apprehensive about a wide receiver in the first round because we went out and got Debo. I mean, that's my main reason. And we have so many other
I agree.
like glaring needs on defense. Like, how can you not take a corner, an edge, or a safety? And there was a safety that was there on the board, but I didn't know that safety well enough to know if he was a strong safety or not.
No, well, I can tell you this right now, right? We're gonna this draft is defense heavy. It's defense heavy, so we're gonna fill those holes. It's just a
we
matter
got
of
a
who.
second round pick that we could definitely go defense, but then we don't pick again until the 4th.
Yeah.
So that makes it kind of rough without a third round pick.
Man, trade
We'll trade up
Marshawn,
into the third round.
trade Marshawn Lattimore and get some picks.
Yeah, you can trade B. Rob and pick up some picks.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You can trade out of the first round and pick up another second and a third, maybe.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah.
calling him B-Rob anymore. I'm calling him Bust Rob. I love the guy. Don't get me wrong. I actually really love the guy. I think it's a fantastic guy.
Yep.
He's not our running back.
No.
He's not.
All right, guys,
really
well-
love the guy.
I hope y'all thought that was a fun show. It's great having everybody on board. This was fun. We got the band back together again.
Yeah.
This is football psych, baby, and we are out of here.